Jury selection in Arizona, it is probably one of my favorite parts of a trial. It's an extremely important part of a trial. A lot of lawyers don't put enough emphasis into this portion of a trial. However, every time you take your case to trial, you're rolling the dice. You got a random group of people. It's important for a lawyer, an experienced trial lawyer, to explore the different biases that people have when coming into a courtroom. So during jury selection, you'll have a big panel of people. In a simple felony case, it could start out with anywhere between 40 to 60 people. In sex cases, homicides, could be anywhere between 100, 200 people that come in for jury selection. The lawyer needs to get up there and they need to ask questions. The judge will ask questions, the state will ask questions, but you need to ask questions of the prospective jurors to find out what type of biases do they have. For example, one of the questions that we might ask people is, it's often common for people to think, look, if someone's been accused of a crime, I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear them get up there and deny it. But it's really difficult for people to prove the negative, right? But there's this preconceived notion by a lot of people that if someone's accused, they want to hear their side of the story. However, the defense has no burden to do anything. We could sit there and put our feet up the whole trial, but we would never do that, and we never do that. We work hard every time in every one of our cases. But we could sit there and do nothing, absolutely nothing. We don't have a burden to prove anything. If a juror says they need to hear from the defense, then they can't weigh the evidence and be fair and impartial, and they can't sit on the jury because the defense has no burden in proving anything. Oftentimes during jury selection, you may hear a judge come in and try to correct a juror and say, look, you're going to get an instruction that says you can't consider if the defendant didn't put on any type of evidence. It's important for the lawyer to consider and seriously explore the answers that the prospective juror has given outside of a judge just telling him, hey, look, you got to follow a rule. If they can't put aside these preconceived notions and these real-life experiences that they have when they come to a courtroom, then they can't be fair and impartial and they can't sit on your jury. They can't sit on your trial. So it's really important to hire an experienced criminal defense lawyer to handle these issues.